Could this be potentially the sign of the season?
Did you say, Bruno, give me a rest?
Xabi Alonso, I'm telling you now, would not go to Manchester United.
Why did you come? Like, why are you here?
If you Spurs and you concede and lose against West Ham, yeah, you poo-poo.
No, I think that's a conversation that Liverpool will be having immediately. I'd be shocked if Liverpool are not having that conversation as we speak. Hi, I'm Jermaine Jenas.
And I'm Jermaine Pennant.
And this is episode 22 of the Wildcards podcast, the podcast where we talk everything to do with fantasy football and what's going on in the Premier League this week and weeks before. How you doing, mate?
I'm very good, sir. How are you?
I've got to start today's podcast by wishing you a happy birthday, my friend.
Tried to keep
Happy birthday!
I've tried to keep on a D-Lo, but thank you very much.
43.
What? Hold it down, bro. Can't be saying that on live podcast and exposing a brother. How old are you?
Wow. How's the back?
How old are you?
I am 42, man. I'm younger than you and I always will be, bro.
Not until next month.
Hey, how's the Union Jack? How's the back feeling? Is it getting stiffer these days?
After I play sports, yes.
That's what I was going to say. So, like, what was it? The other Monday, you went down to Ballers League, didn't you?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Do you know what? It was fun. It was fun, put it that way. But yes, the next day, I was feeling pains where I don't think I've ever felt them before in my career.
Tell me this, though, quickly. Tell me this, right? In your team, who are the players that you looked at and was like, oh, yeah, still got a bit? And the ones that you're thinking, like, why did you come? Like, why are you here?
Well, Albrighton, Mark O'Brien, still a little still sharp. Nanny.
Sharky. You know why they call him Sharky?
Yeah, because of his nose.
He knows. Anyway.
He knows.
He knows.
And Nanny, he was sharp.
Yeah, he looks like he can still do a bit.
He was doing stepovers and drag backs and flicks and this.
Yeah.
He's still sharp. Yakuba was there.
Yeah, the Yak attack.
Feed the Yak, he will score.
Just hold him man up a bit.
But then, he didn't make a single run.
Just pin it. You've never seen a better hold up, man. Just give it to him.
Well, I don't know, because Akinfenwa played as well.
Oh, the Beastman. The Beastman was playing. Okay,
Beast
so there's a couple of big
so,
hold up boys up there. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it was good. It was fun.
Anyway, let's get into the fantasy football stuff.
Yes, please.
How did you find Game Week 21, pal? Or last week's Game Week, anyway?
Do you know what? I was quite happy. And I was banking on my team to be my team and probably concede a few goals, which for some reason they turned into prime invincibles. And just defended like no man's business. So I had 3 players to play against Liverpool. And Odegaard did nothing. Saka did nothing. And Gabriel got me a clean sheet. So overall, more times than not, those players are going to chip in some way, shape or form. So I was happy because at the end of the day, Liverpool got the draw 0-0. So on that basis, it was a win-win.
I ain't seen Liverpool part the bus in a long time. Be honest with you.
Second half, they didn't. First half, there was under the cosh. Second half, they were the better team.
Yeah, I think it was the right move to play it exactly how they did. There's a lot of holes in their boat right now, and they need to just plug a few up, and then they can start getting some confidence back, can't they? So I didn't have no problems with it. It's up to Arsenal to go out there and do what they need to do. So I had no problems with it.
Yeah, especially the home team. But let's talk about the points. So I got 56. You got 60. You beat me by 4 points. That clean sheet from Raya obviously took you over the edge. That puts you in 123rd in the league.
4 points, 4 places up from last week, pal.
123rd, and that puts me in 46th.
I'm moving in the right direction now. New year, new me. New look coming into the game. I'm feeling positive about the weeks ahead, mate.
What about this week? Are you taking any minuses? Are you making any subs?
Absolutely. 100% will be. I took a -8 last week and it started to work out. I think basically I just need to be me. Like every year I've played this game, I've been like, take the -4, take the -8, enjoy the results coming in because you know who's going to score, you know who's going to play well. And then I just went down this road where I was just like, oh, don't do the -4s because they add up over the year, and it's not helped me. That style of play has not helped me. I'm going like Bazball cricket, Sir Alex 99. I'm all out attack now. So if I need to take a -4 or a -8 to get the juices flowing, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing for the foreseeable in this game.
I wouldn't do that on a regular basis though, because it does add up. Trust me.
I just need to get some confidence in some of my decisions. Do you know what I mean? I've been sitting around and waiting for people to deliver, and they just don't do it. So now I'm just looking at each game week, and I'm looking at who I think is going to do the business. And if somebody needs to come in, they're coming in. Simple as that.
No, yeah, you do you. You do you.
Yeah, I'm going to do me. Don't worry. I want to ask you about one player in your team.
Go for it.
That, don't get me wrong, I think this boy is top class, right? But Bukayo Saka, for the amount that he costs, is he someone you're looking at maybe taking out, or is he just solidified?
I'm glad you asked that question, because for this game week, I was thinking, moving forward, look, it's a lot of money. 10.1 million in the FPL is a lot of money. And I'm thinking, this season, is he giving me the returns that he gave me or did giving his players last season?
Yeah.
It's kind of, I don't know if it's because of Gyökeres or the link-up play, or he's just not got his shooting boots on at the moment. So that's one player, yes, I'm considering changing out to free up, because I'm looking at it. If I can get some decent players in for that money, right, for that 10 million, and I can spread that to 2 players,
yeah,
I've got 2 chances rather than just the one.
Yeah, I'm thinking something similar with Cole Palmer. He's having such like a injury hit season, which, by the way, is a major concern for England. He needs to, I would like to think by the end of this month, Cole Palmer needs to stay fit from then to the end of the season. Otherwise, I don't think Tuchel will take him as much as he loves him, because there's so many options in that area. So I've got the same situation with him. It costs like over 10 mil. The returns are not there. The Cole Palmer scoring 4 goals in a game, he's not turned up this year. I'm not saying it's still not available, but until he gets his fitness back, I think he's someone I had a little gamble with him. I think I'm going to have to take him out and use that extra cash elsewhere, defo.
Yeah, I think that's all. I'll give him another, I'm a very reasonable manager, so I'll give my players time. So they've got Forest away. Yes, it's a tough game, but Forest are not the same Forest under Nuno Espirito Santos. So, they can leak goals now. So if he doesn't come good in this game, and then that could be, his last game for me.
I just feel like this has always been a tricky fixture for Arsenal. Like, I know they won, I think, January last year, but I remember that Amazon documentary. One of the things that massively stood out is when Forest beat him in the cup there. And then ever since that day, it's just been one of those places for Arsenal where it's like, it's just a tough place for them to go and get results. So after the draw against Liverpool, 10 days, a couple of weeks ago, whatever, to this, then going into this game, it's a big moment, I think, for Arteta. I think obviously they're going to be full of confidence after the win against Chelsea, but City have had I think City have had their stumble now. The addition of Semenyo, they're coming all the way in now. They're going to be chasing them all the way in, I think.
Yeah, that again, when that signing was made, I knew it was going to be, it was going to be a good signing for them, because he's done it week in, week out for Bournemouth in a team, mid-table kind of team. And Man City have got quality all over the pitch, and he's going to be getting fed. He's going to be getting better ball, better creativity. And look, he's hit the ground running, hasn't he? 2 starts.
That's what my argument was with Spurs not buying Eze, because like he hits the ground running, and then you go and get a Xabi Simons in a struggling team. It's going to be tough, innit? So, no, I get your point. one thing I wanted to quickly ask you about, by the way, is your Calvert-Lewin situation.
Yeah.
Are you getting a little bit annoyed with yourself?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
It's,
Yeah.
do you know why? Because look, if you look at the three strikers, and I'm reluctant to play three up front. I like just two because
Who you got now?
I've got Haaland, Thiago, and Calvert-Lewin.
But
And
you're just
I'll
playing
be
Haaland and Thiago.
yeah, but
All right.
that's been coming good. Apart from you can't take Haaland out, because just in that if he does go off. And to put Thiago in, I've been correct because last game he scored a hat trick, scored goals, so he's also been scoring as well. So it's either I play a three and take one of the midfielders out, or risk one of the big guys. But they're playing Fulham at home.
Yeah.
I see goals here. I see a few goals. I do, and it might be an ugly one off the knee from a corner. He'll be on the end of it. So this week, no lies being told here, I will play three. I will
So
play three.
Calvert-Lewin's going back in.
He's going. Do you know what? I might take Thiago out because they're playing Chelsea away.
You might take what?
Thiago out because they're playing Chelsea away.
New Chelsea.
Game. Yeah, they concede as well, but he's playing this week. Put it that way. He's playing one way or another. He's playing this week.
All right, fair enough.
So, your striking. Talk to me. Your striker.
Well, I've drafted in Ivan. I'll never get this guy's
You never get his name. That's why I asked.
Evan Nilsson. Jeez, Evan Nilsson.
That's the one.
There we go. Yeah, so I drafted in Evan Nilsson, and it's worked out well. I think I kind of got on the Bournemouth train when I felt that they were going to be coming back. Do you know what I mean? At a good time. And what was killing me and why I couldn't bring him in before is because he was injured, and then that Krupi was coming in and doing really well. And because that Krupi did well, I was like, well, is he going to get back in? But, he comes back, bags a couple goals for me. So I'm happy with my front three. The Haaland, Evan Nilsson and Thiago little combo, very happy with it. My only thing that I'm going to be flirting around with from here to the end of the season is who's my captain.
Yeah, that needs to change. Yeah.
Like, it's really annoying me when I go through our league, and it's like everyone's captain Haaland, and he's not bagged for like 3 weeks or whatever. He's probably going to go off this week, but that's the problem. You always think he's going to go off and you're going to miss out. But I think I've got to just take a couple of risks.
Yeah, that I think that's the way, and that's when you look around the league and you see people with 118 points. They take risks. It's because they've got a wild captain who's scored twice and got an assist, and they've got them 52 points or something madness like that. But talking about transfers, the most transfers out this week, game is Foden, Ekitike, Semenyo, Cunha, and Garbino.
Semenyo?
Yeah, because what it is, I think a lot of people I've got already 3 Man City players.
Oh, yeah.
So when he joins in, you've got 4. So if you go to make a transfer to bring in someone else, it will not let you. It will just say, you've got 4 players in, you need to get one of those out.
So you have to swap out a Man City player?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they will just swap Semenyo instead and sell Semenyo.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why he's been changed out, not because of the returns. Yeah. Because I'm doing a cheat code this week. I'm just going to let you know. I'm going to play with 4 Man City players.
How?
Well, you still can pick a team. You just can't make it. If you make a transfer, it told you to take one out, but you can actually play with 4. But it just means that you can't make a transfer. And I don't want to make a transfer this week anyway until next week.
Sneaky.
Yeah.
So who are those 4 players you've got?
Mateus Nunes, Cherky.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Semenyo, Haaland.
And Haaland, yeah. I mean, I'm bringing Semenyo in, definitely. 100% bringing him in. And then I've probably got to do something about Anthony Gordon as well. It's not reaching the heights of what I expected. So Anthony Gordon, and I think...
Oh, speaking of that, I'm thinking also, because the most transferred in is Thiago, Gabriel, Bruno, Ramirez, Wilson, Rice. They're the most.
Did you say Bruno? Give me a rest.
No, Gamirish.
Oh, give me a rest. Oh,
Yeah,
you went full
Gamirish.
Brazilian. Nice.
Not give me a rest. No, I'm thinking. I don't listen. I'm going to tell you this. Going to give you a little info. You might follow me. I don't care because I'm just way ahead of you at the minute, so you're not going to catch me in the league. But I'm
Wow.
thinking of going with. If I do get Saka out, it's going to give me a lot of money to play with, and I'm going to get Harvey Barnes and Harry Wilson.
Two good shouts. Two very, very good shouts.
Very good shouts. And it can even give me money to strengthen my back four or goalkeeper. You know, give me Ekatike. So that's what I'm
Who have
thinking.
Newcastle got? Wolves away. Wolves are looking all right now all of a sudden on Rob Edwards, though.
Yeah, they are, but it's still Wolves away. You still expect, Newcastle to pop off or keep.
I like the Harry
clean
Wilson
sheet.
one, definitely. He's bagging goals at the minute, isn't he? So he's a good shout.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else you're thinking defensive? What's your defense at the minute?
My defense is safe for now. I've got. I always play with a 3 because I don't trust keeping 4 clean sheets. It's just it's not going to happen. So I've got Gabriel. Everyone's got some form of Arsenal. Most people got 2. I've got
Forest away. So
yeah, the Forest are not a scoring team. Unfortunately, they're not really a scoring team at the moment. I've got Mateus Nunez, Man City.
Yeah, the derby.
Van de Ven, I threw him in because West Ham. Come on, if you're not keeping a clean sheet against West Ham or beating West Ham, yeah, no.
Have you watched Spurs?
Hear me out. If you Spurs and you concede and lose against West Ham, yeah, you poo-poo. You poo-poo.
I agree totally. I'm not disagreeing with that. Currently.
No disrespect to West Ham, but they look like they're going to get relegated, and they've got no striker really. They've signed a new player, but still, they're not. No, so I brought in Van de Ven specifically for this game, hoping to keep a clean sheet.
I mean, forget the clean sheet side of things. He's their top goal scorer, I think. So
that's mental.
Mental. Like, imagine how embarrassing that is. Centre half your top goal scorer at your club. Insane. Yeah. So even if he don't get you a clean sheet, he might nick one.
Yeah. So that's my defence so far. I sold Senesi because Bournemouth will conceding too many goals.
What fixtures are standing out for you here where you see points? Obviously got the Manchester derby. You got Chelsea at Brentford, Leeds taking on Fulham, Liverpool taking on Burnley at home, Spurs taking on West Ham at home, Sunderland against Palace, Forest against Arsenal, Wolves against Newcastle, Villa against Everton, and then Brighton, Bournemouth, which should be a good game. 2 teams that are finding a little bit of form.
Well, if you're looking at those fixtures, right, all of them potentially have got a banana skin, right? So the one that putting a kind of banker on is you would go at Anfield, Liverpool, Burnley.
Banker.
You're thinking, goals there. Minimum 2.
Banker.
You expect a minimum 2, and you expect maybe Ekatike. If you've got Florin, I'm disappointed I've got him out.
Ekatike?
No, Ekatike and Florin. I think that partnership, it looks like it could be, bubbling in the making.
Yeah.
Bubbling. It's looking good. They're ready to start cooking. He's got used to this league now.
Yeah. I mean, at home, you'd expect that to give you some nice returns.
Yeah, so that's the fixture you're looking at. But unfortunately, I've got no Liverpool players.
So what about captain this week then? Are you thinking potentially of going away from Haaland or not?
Man United. No, I can't. You can't look away. Man United, you can't. Nah. I know they're going to try. Look, they've got a new manager.
Yeah.
I can't risk it because you could easily get a hat trick.
It still sounds like an
easily get a hat trick.
Yeah, it sounds like there's some goals there for him. I don't know if this is the game to not captain him. I'll be honest with you.
Next week I'll have a look, but this week, no, he's staying.
Yeah, agree.
And a big shout out to our game week winner, Jack Gallant. He was leading the game week last week, and he had 3 players to play: Timber, Gabriel, and Rice. So they all chipped in for him, and he's finished on 89, a whopping 89 points. Well done to you, mate. Top stuff. Mug is on the way to you. If you DM is your address. If not, I'm going to have it. Nice one.
Well done, Jack Gallant.
Well done, Jack.
Man like Jack Gallant on flames. Well done, mate. And as always, by the way, I just want to say a huge thank you to all of our listeners, those of you that are in the league as well. Thank you for joining us. There's still plenty of time to the end of the season for more of you to come and join that league. As I've always said, the more that join, then potentially I either go up or down, because I'm in a bit of a precarious situation right now. But yeah, make sure you come and follow us on Instagram at wildcardspod. You'll get loads of extra content, bits of information. But thank you very much for following us on this journey.
Just want to say we are at 172 managers. Well done, guys. Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you.
Very, very good. Very, very good.
Well, and again to your mob, Conor Gallagher, just signed £34 million from Atletico Madrid. So, what do you think? I've got my opinion, but I would like to hear yours first. What do you think about this signing?
First and foremost, it's cheap. As in, like, not that he's worth more, but it's, it's a reasonable number in today's market for any player, I think. What he brings to the table. So, what Conor Gallagher was doing at Palace and even during some times at Chelsea, it was impressive. He's a workhorse. That is what he brings to the table. Is that exactly what Spurs need right now? Probably not. But they definitely need something fresh in the building, is all I know. He can nick a goal from midfield. He's energetic. Like I said, he works hard. I feel like the thing that Spurs need most at the minute is they need some characters. Because I don't know, that environment, that dressing room at the minute to me just doesn't look right. I think I said it last week. Players are coming off the bench. Thomas Frank's giving them information. They're not even looking him in the eye. Those times when Thomas Frank's going over to applaud fans and players are just sacking him off. There's just loads of things that I'm seeing where I'm like, these players don't respect this manager at all. And I personally don't see that getting any better, if I'm totally honest with you. But I think what Conor Gallagher brings, I think he'll be, he's got the bit between his teeth and probably trying to get into that World Cup squad. He'll bring energy to that midfield. He'll bring some goals to that midfield. Hopefully, some forward runs. I don't think he's known for his forward passing or his creativity, but I think that he can add something that the club needs right now. And whether that's because things are so bad or not, I don't know. But either way, I think that he can add something to that dressing room that it desperately needs. Look, they needed creativity. They need someone with a spark. They need someone who can open a door. They brought in Xavi Simons, and he's not probably had the people around him that he's needed to for that to happen. I don't think that Conor Gallagher was the word on anybody's lips when it came to bringing somebody through the door. But it's a body through the door when things ain't going great. And he's young, he's English, he's going to be hungry to get to that World Cup. So I'm hoping Spurs fans get behind him.
Personally, I think it's a good signing. Is it going to elevate Spurs to the next level? No. But what do they need? They need that energy in that midfield. They need players to get around the pitch. They need a player, a number 8, a box-to-box, which they haven't got. They've got Paulinho, who kind of gets around, but he's more of a, sit in front of the defence and break play up and stop attacks. And I think Conor Gallagher will give you that. He'll do that as well. And he also make late runs into the box, which you need. So personally, for the price tag, I think it's a decent signing. It's a step forward in the right direction into the kind of players Spurs need right now. Yes, they need more quality, more creativity, players, a better striker or one that's going to stay fit. But this is it's not a statement signing, but it will help them be in a better place than where they are now. Because that midfield, when you do watch it, just gets overrun. And now
Yeah.
Bentancur's out, for the season. It just literally just gets overrun. Now, if you've got someone like Conor Gallagher in there, you're not expecting to get on the ball, pinging 40, 50 60 diag passes here, there, and everywhere. But what you are going to see is him closing down, tackling, getting the fans behind him again, getting them all that, horrible stuff. And like I said, I may chip in with a goal here and there. So, yeah, it's a good signing.
Yeah, and I think what you said there is important. I think the character is a big thing, and I think when I was talking about the dressing room earlier, you only do that by like starting to get rid of a few bad eggs and start bringing in some good eggs. We saw what Arteta did as soon as he went in at Arsenal, and I'm not like particularly calling the players that he got rid of bad eggs, but he looked at them and thought, well, you're not beneficial to the direction that I'm going in. And I think there's a couple of players at Spurs that are good players, but whatever their impact they're having in the dressing room is having a detrimental effect on the pitch, essentially. And I think that Conor Gallagher will be one of those players that will walk his own path. And, one that I think that players can probably get behind when they're on the pitch as well. So I think they're two good points, Penn. Like I said, I'll end it by saying, is he what I wanted to see at Tottenham? Probably not. But I do believe that, he's potentially something that they need right now.
Yeah. Let's touch on quickly Semenyo. Could this be potentially the sign of the season? He's already got played 2, scored 2. And this could be vital in the title charge to put the pressure on Arsenal if and when they slip up.
Yeah, I think that when I've looked at City's season this year, where they've struggled is finding goals elsewhere on the pitch. Like Haaland's always going to stack his numbers. Foden had a little run there where it was like, okay, here we go, Phil. You're coming to the table now. But there was only really Haaland and Foden. I think Reinders might have 3 or 4 goals. And they needed another double figures man in there. And that's exactly what Semenyo is. I think, you're potentially looking at, when you say signing of the season, this is the signing that is really going to worry Arsenal, is what I personally think. Because I think he's the one that really flips the script a little bit for City. Instead of them like getting that 1-0 and then conceding last minute that they did against Chelsea, where they've had a few of those because they haven't been able to get goal 2, 3 or 4 because maybe Haaland wasn't on that day. They've now got a player who's going to be taking a little bit of the strain off Haaland, who's going to be bagging goals on a regular basis, especially in that City team. So I think you're right. I think this could potentially be signing of the season, especially, by the way, if they, they're going to win the league. I mean, we spoke last week. I didn't see it from Semenyo's point of view going to City. I didn't think, with Doku playing and so on and so forth, that it was potentially the right move for him. But we saw in the week, they can play together and, that's not an issue. He can find his way in that team scoring goals. So anytime you get to play under Pep Guardiola in a City team with Semenyo, your game's going to go to that next level. So we're looking at a big, big signing here.
The one thing I will say, though, with the Semenyo and Doku, if you look at the two players, Semenyo's end product is 10 times better than Doku's.
Chalk and cheese.
Yeah, Doku's great on the eyes, get past a few players, get to the byline, and then nothing will come of it. Well, if you see Semenyo, he's doing that. He's either getting assists or he's scoring. Not all the time, but more times than not. So I think if you're Pep, yes, you show faith with Doku, but you're thinking, well, Semenyo's my main guy now on the left or the right. He's the main guy.
Well, he is anyway. I think when you're like kind of the newest one through the door, you hit the ground running as you have done. I think Pep's looking at him as his go-to now. Like he's going to be leaning on him all the way into the end of the season, I imagine. So what about your boy? You played with Xabi Alonso, didn't you?
Of course, yeah. Well, I used to just stand on the chalk. I just stand on the wing and just wait for him to go
hit that fade one, that little fade that just comes in hot.
He was probably about a foot off the ground. It just the dream was a dream. Yeah, what a good guy. Good guy, man.
I was devastated it didn't work out for him at Madrid.
No, but the worst thing here, Jay, is crazy because over the last decade, he has the best win ratio. He's got 71%. No one closer. The nearest one, probably 68. The last manager to get above 71 was Carlo Ancelotti in 2013. He's sitting in the top 8 of the Champions League. He's only 4 points behind Barca. Still a long way, still a lot of points to play for.
I think Barca got some games in hand though.
Yeah, but still, I know they lost in the cup to them, but I think this was more of the players. Vinicius Junior coming out and saying that if he stays, I'm not signing a new contract. A lot of you look at that team. There's a lot of superstars.
Yeah. Well, I honestly think that's the difference between managing Barcelona and managing Real Madrid, though. I think Real Madrid need a manager, and I think at Barcelona they kind of promote from within, don't they? I think they, they've got their incredible academy, and they've got all these, people in and around the club. You got Thiago there now. They had Xavi prior to that, obviously Pep and Luis Enrique, and kind of list goes on. Ronald Koeman's been there. All people that have been a part of that football club and understand the kind of the fabric of what it is to be a Barcelona manager. And I think you can be a coach much more at Barcelona, and I think at Real they just need somebody just to tell them what's what, and that certain person has to have. And I think Xabi Alonso has that. He has that authority. He's been at the club. He's won Champions Leagues. Top player. But his style is obviously more coach. And these players, for whatever reason, clearly didn't react to it.
If you're managing Real Madrid, you need to have a good balance. You need to be a good coach. Know tactics and all that. But you also need to know how to manage these players. Because these are superstars, and unfortunately, superstars come with a bit of an ego. So you need to know how to coach and manage at the same time. And you look at Xabi, you see him on the training pitch. He's all hands on. He's coaching, telling him how he want all this style, and that's probably where his relationship kind of failed with the players. But saying that, I would love to see him at Liverpool.
Yeah.
I would love to see him at Liverpool.
I don't think it's damaged his reputation at all.
Absolutely not. You can't have the best winning ratio in the last decade or so, but then get sacked. So
no, I think that's a conversation that Liverpool will be having immediately. I'd be shocked if Liverpool are not having that conversation as we speak.
They would, and I think Liverpool won't sack Arne Slot during the season.
No, not till the summer.
If he was to go, it'll be in the summer. And I said I don't want him to get sacked. I just want him to turn it around, because from last season to this season, it's polar opposite. So I want him to turn it around. But if he doesn't and he can't, and then Xabi Alonso, do you know the kind of tune that it will get out of Frimpong and Florian Wirtz?
Yeah, I know. Would you be open to a system change then if he came in? Because obviously when he was at Leverkusen, he played 3 at the back.
100%. Because where I'm seeing now Frimpong shine is him playing high on the right, him playing like as a right winger. So if you're playing wing back, your defensive role is half by 50%, because you've got 3 centre backs there, and what they come across, and you just make the numbers up. You're not actually doing tackling or defensive duties there. It's more about going forward as a wing back. So I'll be happy, and Kirkes, and I think he'll probably benefit from that wing back role. So I'll be happy to see him go through at the back, 100%.
All right. Well, from one of your teammates going into management, well, not going into, but leaving a huge club, one of my old teammates, he's going back to one of his former clubs. Michael Carrick has gone into Manchester United as the interim manager. It's a difficult one to read, the old interim manager situation, isn't it? I can only talk about it from a perspective of just knowing Carrick myself and playing with him. And he's always just been a very grounded, individual, a very just level-headed, not too high, not too low type mentality. I think he goes in there and the players respond to him. I think, some of his backroom staff, obviously, I think Jonathan Woodgate's gone in with him, who I know very well as well. And Woody is very much more like, Woody don't take no crap from anybody, don't care who you are. He's been at Real Madrid with Ronaldo and Bex and, you name it, like Robinho, whatever. He's been there with Zidane a lot. So it's, he's not walking into a dressing room where he's not going to be able to look people in the face and tell them what they're doing right and what they're not doing. And Carra, I'm really hoping he does well. there's an influx of like young English managers just floating around and doing okay at the minute, and I just really want him to go in there and make a difference, which I think he instantly will, because I think he's instantly going to change the formation first and foremost. And I think it's something that the players are going to feel much more comfortable with. He'll probably bring back a few characters within the dressing room, and it's a tough game for him to start. Don't get me wrong, but I honestly believe he's going to do well there.
Yeah, listen, I'm a bit skeptical on this because not because it's Carrick, it's because that since Sir Alex Ferguson, I've not really seen anyone do well at Manchester United.
Yeah.
There's more to it than just a manager. This goes deeper than managing Manchester United. It goes to the top, from the player recruitment, Jason Walker, sporting that, you name it. There's a lot of noise and chaos surrounding that club at the moment.
But he hasn't really got to deal with all that, has he? Because
no, I know, but what I'm saying is that you've got that going on, but then you've also got the badge of an interim manager. Crumble is at school and used to get the supply teacher come in. You didn't really, you didn't really care. You didn't really, you used to mess about. That supply teacher came in. It was a tough job for him or her. And you're saying, they're going to respect him.
They had Ralph Rangnick before, and that didn't work out for him either, did it, to be honest with you?
That's what I'm saying. So, and to get off to a start, they do play against Man City. If you get off to a loss, it's just, I don't see it ending really well. It's just that Man United are just in a bad place at the moment. But I could be wrong. I was wrong before about Sunderland. I could be wrong again. I hope I'm not, because I'm enjoying this little crusade that Man United are going on. But I'm really skeptical.
Well, we'll see, won't we? I think there was a few names getting thrown around in terms of the rumour mill. Jurgen Klopp, I mean, come on. There's no way Jurgen Klopp can go and manage Man United, surely.
Jurgen Klopp won't go, and nor will Xabi Alonso go. Xabi Alonso, I'm telling you now, would not go to Manchester United.
I don't think so either.
No, he knows the rivalry. He knows what it means to play against Man United. He's been in those wars, and he will not want to ruin his legacy and his legendary status at Liverpool, just to go manage a team that is struggling.
You know what's weird about that? Do you think that should come into play, like when you're a manager? Because like you've essentially like hung up your boots. I remember listening to Patrick Vieira talk about going into management, and he was saying that he treated his managerial career in a way that he kind of went, he almost created like a virtual closet and said, right, there's all my football memories, and you put your boots in there or your shirts, and my football career is done, and I enjoyed it and I loved it, and everything's in that cupboard, and now this is brand new and I'm going into a managerial career. Do you think it's wrong for people to like, I don't know, expect just because you played for that club that you can't go and manage other clubs?
I think as a player, there is some you have to think about that. But if you're just a manager, you got managers out there who are not really just literally managers, right? That's a little bit different. But if you've played for a team and you are a part of that legendary status as a player, you like a Steven Gerrard, like a Xabi Alonso, like a Patrick Vieira, Thierry Henry, if you go into management and then you would go to, like Thierry Henry wouldn't go manage Spurs if they came asking for him. So yes, there is some degree where you go, listen, I would enjoy, maybe, but nah, I'm not going to go down that route. I'm not going to manage Everton. I'm not going to go manage Manchester United. Some players can't. Some players can. It just depends on where you are, in that legendary status of that club. That's what I think personally.
Yeah, I think it's a very good point. Right, that's it for today, mate. I want to end by saying good luck for this week. Go and have a great birthday. Have a few drinks on me, son.
I will do, mate. Don't worry about that. So you all right?
What you got planned? What you got planned?
Do you know what? Today, chill. Nothing, mate. I'm sat there. I might do something today.
Wow.
Just gonna chill. But if I have a drink, it takes me like 5 days, 6 days to recover. So
we'll have a pint on the golf course tomorrow.
Yeah, or I'll come and see you later.
All right, son. Have a good one.
Yeah. All right. Chat to you in a bit.